What's up guys, Dave here with JDH Reptiles. First thing I want to do is give a shout out to K&C Painted Balls. These guys are phenomenal. They're up and coming in the hobby, and I really see big things in the future for them. So make sure to go and follow them on Instagram. Check them out on Facebook. I'll leave those links below as always. And thanks again guys, appreciate the shirt, appreciate the stickers. Alright, so for today's video I want to do something a little bit different. I used to do like the genetic spotlight kind of things, and basically I just ran out of things to talk about. But one thing I know people are interested in, and I'm interested in, but I want to give you my point of view, and that is scaleless ball pythons. I know they're controversial. I know some people think that they shouldn't be produced. Other people think they're amazing. If you ever hold a scaleless ball python, you'll just see how velvety and how nice they feel. They're definitely very different, and I think the future actually is going to be pretty good for them, because all in all, it's like making an entirely different snake. And what I mean by that is, like say a fire scaleless or a yellowbelly scaleless doesn't look like a regular yellowbelly ball python. So we have like a whole new platform basically to build different combos on, and I think honestly for the right people this is going to be an amazing project. And I think for you at home, if you want to get your hands on one, first you're gonna have to open up your pocketbook because they're not cheap. I think eventually 5 years from now or so though, that trend will start to slow down a bit, but as more and more combos and recessives come out, I think you'll see there will be a really big boom for these. So getting into the project early, in my opinion, is definitely the way to go. But I want to explain to you what I do as far as the care of the two that I have here in my collection, and kind of where my idea is on going with the scaleless ball python. So let's take a look at a couple that I have here. Alright guys, so here we have the Yellowbelly scaleless ball python. As you see with our scaleless here, they got just a couple little scales on the top. But other than that, completely scaleless. Feel like velvet. Look at the head. I mean, very cool looking head. No heat pits, and yes, these guys eat phenomenally. Let me tell you, no problem at all with eating, not one bit, live or frozen thawed. I've had no issues. But look at the belly on this. So the traditional yellow belly and the yellow belly of a scaleless, completely different. This girl here, I mean, the pattern is something. I love like the little splotch right here. This is really neat. But just an amazing animal. These ones, in my opinion, that I have here, they're shedding roughly every month. Just like everybody else. I don't see them growing and shedding every feed. I haven't had that kind of issue per se. But when they do shed, you know, it takes a little bit. It takes them a good solid week or more to get that shed off. And you definitely need to make sure the humidity is up without being wet though, because what will happen is the belly will shed first. And what I mean by that is the skin on the belly will break away from the body first. And you could almost take your finger like a zipper and pull down and rip that off, but then the skin would just be separated. If your humidity is right in the tub, they will shed completely by themselves. And what I mean by that is they'll peel the skin back like normal. It'll roll up. I've only had one time where the shed got about mid-body and it looked like it was a little tight, and I was able to reach in there and literally just roll it completely off without an issue. I have not had any of these yet where the shedding has gotten stuck in their body or on their body, you know, when it rolls up. So now that could happen as they get larger. I don't know. This one here is about 450 grams, somewhere around there. But as you can see, just absolutely stunning, a beautiful animal. And just a heads up, this one is currently on a payment plan. So it's almost paid off. It'll be going to a new home eventually. Alright, now this one here is the pastel Scaleless. Now as you can see, this one's got a little bit of skin right here, a little shed that's stuck on its belly or on its back here that I can pick off. This one here is currently just coming out of shed, but really what I would do in this situation with a couple of these little spots that are here is I like to take a wet paper towel and just kind of rub it down the back or wherever that skin is stuck at, and if it's loose, it'll come off. I don't have an issue otherwise, but I mean this girl here, since we acquired her, I should say since we had her in our collection, she's always had kind of a bad shed to her, and it's always been a work in progress with this one. However, when she's cleaned up and taken care of, she looks phenomenal. Regardless, she eats every week, no problems at all. She's about 350 grams, growing very well. She does have more of the scales on her back. I think there's a few more coming in as she ages. But I mean, look at the color. Nice and bright. That yellow is nice and bright. She's a very pretty snake. And she also, like I said, is a great eater. She's growing well. And with both these snakes, I've never had a problem with them eating when in shed. They will eat. There's the belly on this one. Has that zipper going down the belly. But they really are cool. And there are so many cool combos out there. Daniel Allison of Constriction Addiction. He's kind of like, in my opinion, he's kind of like the master for these right now. I know that Kevin McCurley over at Nerd is working with the micro scale, which is a little bit different, but I believe they are compatible with each other. So it doesn't matter which line you work. My understanding is they do, you know, both create scaleless when bred together. So that's the pastel scaleless ball python. Alright, so this girl here is available. If you're interested, you could use the email below, and I can discuss with you pricing, what the payment plan options would be, and we could set up a payment plan to get this girl in your home. Now, full disclosure, always make sure to say this, both this and the Yellowbelly Scaleless did not get produced here at JDH Reptiles. These were two animals of the group that we got from Serpentine Affliction when he had to leave and move to Colorado. These are just ones that we're helping him sell, and with that being said, there's no profit for us. We're not doing this for profit. We're doing this to help out a member of the reptile community. So they're staying here, they're being fed and well taken care of, and when they are sold, all the money, 100%, is going to Serpentine Affliction. So, the pastel Scaleless. Alright guys, now the question is, what are we planning to do in the Scaleless? As you know, we have scaleless heads here. We have that male Mojave Gold Blush Scaleless head. We also have a GHI Mojave Scaleless head, male. We have a female lesser Mojave, so blue-eyed leucistic, that is scaleless head. And what our plans are really, I should say my plans, because Jamie has no interest in the scaleless project. She likes the scaleless head, likes what it does with cleaning up other patterns and paint jobs, but she's just not interested in the scaleless animals. And I'll be honest with you, I don't foresee us diving deep into this project at all, at least not right now. But I really want to produce a blue-eyed leucistic scaleless. I know they've been done, I don't care. That's what I want to produce, I want to have for myself. So we are currently breeding that Gold Blush Mojave scaleless head male to the lesser Mojave scaleless head female. If we get more than one blue-eyed leucistic scaleless, it will be available, but we will take first crack and keep a blue-eyed leucistic. Other than that, I don't foresee a big future building a lot of scaleless animals. I mean, that's where we're going to go, try to get the blue-eyed leucistic, and then from there, You know, we might create a couple more combos. I don't know, it really depends. I know I've got a couple in my head I think that would look amazing, or, you know, you never really know because they change the pattern, they change the color so much, but something I would like to do, and I'm going to keep that under my hat for right now. But again, I don't foresee a large collection here at JDH Reptiles in the Scaleless project. So that's what what my motivation is the blue-eyed leucistic. Before we go, I do want to touch on the husbandry. Now, as I said, they eat just like all my other ball pythons. I have no issues feeding them at all. I do feed them weaned rats at 300 to 400 grams. But other than that, I offer weekly. They eat, you know, I'd say 7 out of 8 weeks. There's every once in a while they don't eat, and that's fine. Other than that, they eat every week. They'll eat in shed, out of shed. You know, mine shed roughly every 4 weeks. But I do keep them on the Reptisorb liners. We don't use cocoa here as it is. When we got them, they were on cocoa. And I didn't feel they shed well on the cocoa. And it also, a lot of that, the color off that cocoa kind of like dyed their body. And I just didn't like the way it looked. So here we keep them on a Reptisorb liners. I know that's what Constriction Addiction had recommended. And since we use them, it works out well. And they do. They shed very well on it. With the Reptisorb liners, you can maintain a clean atmosphere very easily, like 100% clean every time you open the tub. If it's dirty, pull the liner, wipe the tub out, put a new liner in, and they're done. So that's what these two are sitting on now, and that's what they'll be on in the future as we produce them here. So guys, I'm going to wrap this video up. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please send me a message. We can discuss anything about these as you'd like. Fantastic day, guys. Thanks again for visiting. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and we will see you on the next video. Before I go, I do want to say Wednesdays on this channel, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are now going to do a live every week. It's going to be an open forum. Questions, I'll answer, whatever it may be. But I'm going to try and bring a topic every week, something we could talk about as well. But on top of that, it will always be open forum if you guys want to join in, watch, ask questions, whether it's about myself, whether it's about JDH Reptiles, our animals, you want to see animals. I mean, we're just going to have fun for about, you know, in between a half hour or an hour, depending on how busy and how well everything's going. So that's it, guys. Take care. We'll talk to you later.